If you're responsible for training your team, documenting processes, or making sure people across your organization actually know how to do their jobs, you've probably come across tools like Scribe, Guidde, or Knowby. Most comparisons you'll find online focus on things like video quality, ease of use, or which one has a nicer interface. And look, those things matter, but they're not the questions a manager, an L&D lead, or an operations director is actually asking. The right questions sound more like, can I prove my team completed their training? Will this work on the factory floor? What happens when our software updates? So today we're going to compare these 3 tools through 5 real operational problems, and by the end you'll know exactly which one is built for your situation. Let's get into it. The first problem we discuss today is, how do we slash onboarding time and eliminate knowledge silos so new hires can hit the ground running without constantly draining your senior team's time? Every time you hire someone, your highest paid senior staff stop working to explain the same process for the 100th time over and over again. It's a massive productivity leak. The fix is obvious. Capture those workflows once so new hires can follow them independently. And the question is, which tool actually makes that fast enough that people will do it? Scribe attacks this by tracking your screen. You turn on the browser extension or download their app to do the work on your PC, and it auto-generates a clean step-by-step document with screenshots. It's incredibly fast for desk-based workers. Guidde takes a similar route, but focuses heavily on video. It records your screen and uses AI to generate video tutorials with synthetic voiceover. It also allows you to upload videos or documents and then generate instructions. These 2 platforms are built for creators, so on their website they talk about creator seats, meaning there could be 1 or 2 or as many as you want creators in a team, and they will use the platform to generate instructions only. Knowby has a different philosophy. Everyone should be able to share their knowledge, so the platform is not built just for 1 or 2 creators, it's built for the whole team. And the creation process there goes even further. Have a video of a manufacturing process where you narrate your actions? Great, upload it and Knowby will create instructions out of it. If you work with web apps, you can record your actions with Knowby Capture Browser plugin. If you have a document you want to extract steps from, just upload the PDF and capture whatever is relevant. And last but not least, you can build instructions from scratch using built-in editor Knowby Studio. As you can see, all 3 have browser plugins, Scribe has a desktop app, Knowby and Guidde allow you to upload videos and PDFs to transform them into instructions. All 3 are good to solve this problem. The second problem is, we have an ISO audit coming up and I can't prove anyone completed their training. This is where things get really different and where a lot of teams discover too late that the tool they chose wasn't built for this. ISO certification, health and safety compliance, regulatory audits, they all require the same thing: documented proof that specific people completed specific training. Scribe offers basic view analytics. You can share the link to the guide or export as a PDF and then see how many times this guide was opened. But there is no user-level completion tracking, no audit trail, so you will never know if, for example, Sarah has completed the onboarding SOP before she started operating that equipment. Guidde gives you a bit more. Same sharing options, the video's completion rates, average percentage of a video watched. That's useful for engagement data, but it's still not a compliance-grade audit trail. Knowby, on the contrary, is a verification tool. Inside a Knowby, you can embed forms, sign-offs, and feedback loops. Your team can complete a task and prove they followed the steps. As a manager or a crew leader, I can insert a mandatory form to a step or at the end of the instructions. As a worker, I will fill in the form using any device I have Knowby installed on, and all my responses are synced, and the creator of the instruction is going to receive the email that the Knowby is completed. They can see all responses and completions in analytics. And not just that, with Knowby you can assign specific tasks to your teammates, with instructions in it. Track the process and completion, and at the end of the shift, day or week, you can generate compliance reports on demand. For ISO certified organizations or any team that requires compliance features, only Knowby is built for the task. If you recognize yourself in one of these issues, my team is spread across the office and the shop floor and I don't want two separate systems, or my team isn't sitting at a desk and the tools we use don't work for them, then let's discuss this problem closer. Most tool comparisons completely ignore this issue, but that's a big one for any organization with both desk-based and operational workers. For example, your finance team needs SOPs for the ERP system. Your warehouse needs instructions for receiving stock, for example, or your IT team creates guides for using software. With Scribe and Guidde, you're primarily in the world of screen recording. These tools are designed for digital workflows on a computer. They are excellent for desk workers, but they don't have a natural answer for workers who aren't sitting in front of a screen. Knowby is designed to serve both. Your desk workers access guides through a web app or a shared link, just like other tools. But Knowby also generates QR codes for every guide, which means a worker can walk up to a piece of equipment, scan a code on the machine with a phone or his iPad or any tablet, and instantly get the step-by-step instructions they need. So instead of running one system for your office teams and another for your operational teams, Knowby becomes a single source of truth for the entire organization. So on this problem, Scribe and Guidde don't offer this. Only Knowby solves it. The next problem could sound like that. We use printouts because our instructions need to work even when there is no internet. Simple one, but surprisingly important. Scribe is cloud only, meaning no internet, no access. Guidde is also internet dependent. The only thing you can do is export their guides and print them out. Knowby instructions, on the contrary, can be cached for offline access in the Knowby mobile app. You can install it on Android or iOS devices, both smartphone and tablet. So on this problem, Scribe and Guidde can help, but Knowby can. And the last problem we want to discuss today sounds like that. We operate in multiple countries. Instructions need to work in different languages. If you have an international workforce or even just a team where English isn't everyone's first language, the problem of lost in translation is real. Misunderstood instructions lead to errors. Scribe offers translation, but it's locked behind the enterprise plan. Guidde supports AI voiceovers in 50+ languages. That's solid and a real advantage for video-based training. The translation is also locked behind the enterprise plan, and what's weird, you can only select 5 to translate to. But Knowby supports translation into 140+ languages, with Google Translation built in and the ability to keep a human in the loop to verify translations on top at no extra cost, as it's already included in the price. So on this problem, Scribe and Guidde are limited, and Knowby leads. But before we get to the summary table, there is one more thing worth mentioning, and it's actually a philosophical difference between these three tools. Scribe and Guidde both use AI to generate content. They will write step descriptions for you, create voiceover narration, and build out a structured guide from scratch. That's fast and that's impressive. But here is the thing. If your instructions are going into a health and safety manual, a compliance procedure, or even an ISO certified SOP, you cannot have AI inventing the content. The wording has to come from your approved and verified source material. An AI that helpfully rewrites your procedure with slightly different language could create a compliance problem. Knowby takes a different approach. Its AI doesn't generate or invent content. It only processes and segments what you put in transcribing your voiceover, structuring your existing material, or extracting steps from your uploaded PDF or video. And the words are always yours, and thus the knowledge is always verified. No hallucinations. So here is the honest bottom line. Scribe and Guide are genuinely useful tools if your team sits at desks, your compliance requirements are light, and you're mainly capturing software workflows. For that narrow use case, they do the job. No matter the size of your team, if it needs fast, clean documentation of software workflows, all three are brilliant. But if you're managing training and compliance across a real organization with different types of workers, a need for accountability and instructions that have to be accurate and trusted, then Knowby is the only one of these three that's built for that. My recommendation is Knowby. If you want to try it, the link is in the description. Knowby has a 30-day free trial and they don't even ask for a credit card to sign up. For the price of one creator seat in Scribe or Guide, you can empower your entire team with Knowby. And if you found this comparison useful, hit the subscribe button and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for staying till the end. Bye!